I bought a Toyota GR Yaris, a car that I have loved ever since it was released, and today we instantly modify it. We start off by installing some 21.5mm string theory spacers to widen the stance of the car, and with them on, it instantly looks more aggressive. The wider track gives it some serious road presence, and next off, it's off to Swift Performance in Aylesbury to make some more changes. Every now and again, a car is released that gives you an itch that you have to scratch. This is the itch I have to scratch. When I drove this car for the first time, I loved it. And I still love it an awful lot. And I'm so glad that I bought myself a GR Yaris for the kind of roads, the weather that we have here in the UK, the state of the roads. This is a perfect all-round little car. Let's head to Swift. So we've arrived down here at Swift Performance and the GR Yaris is about to go on the ramp. We're going to do a few bits and bobs to it. But first, if you've never been down to Swift Performance, these guys absolutely specialise in BMWs. You can see that they've got BMWs up on the ramp already, but they do also have GR Yaris bits and bobs. So if you do have a Yaris and you want to get it modified, give Russ and the team a call. Right, so eagle eye viewers will see on the floor straight away what the modifications are going to be. But before we talk about that, you know we've already got 21.5mm spacers on the car because the wheels really did sit in too far, and these flared arches are massive, so they did feel a bit too tucked in. They sit perfectly now. And on top of that, the other thing that I really needed on this car was some kind of noise, because unfortunately the GR Yaris, when it comes out the factory, just sounds like a bit of a Hoover. There's no noise at all whatsoever from the outside. Majority of that noise is all pumped in through the cabin. So we are going Miltek non-res exhaust. I'm hoping I don't regret this, because I was umming and ahhing about whether to go for resonated or non-res, but you can see here we've got the Miltek back box, we've got the very large black tips. I thought I'd go black because I thought that would work well with the scarlet flare red and the black rear diffuser. Here's the non-res pipe, and on top of that we are also lowering the car. So we've gone for the eibach springs. I think the drop on this will be around about 30mm front and 25mm rear. I didn't want to go too far on the drop because one of the beauties about this car is just how well it drives. And then on top of that, once we've done all that, we will be jumping the car onto the Geo setup to get it all set up, ready for the road. Oh, I'm excited to see what we're going to do with this. So let's get going, let's get cracking, let's start modding the car in 3, 2, 1. And there she is, and that already looks absolutely sensational. Those black tips make such a difference. I mean, initially I thought they were kind of too big, but actually they suit the rear of the car really well with that kind of fat look now that it's lowered on the spacers. It's not too low, which I'm actually really pleased about. The rear is dropped perfectly. There's still enough of a gap there to not scratch the entire front of this car. The front just looks unreal. Guys at Swift have done an amazing job. Right, now then, we're gonna go from no noise to noise. So let's have a listen. All right, Russ, fire up. neighbours are going to hate me. Please tell me that's a cold start. Hey now. Mate, that is loud. Does it? Oh, it was a cold start. Flipping, oh, that is loud. That sounds unreal. Yeah, perfect. That actually sounds unreal. For a moment there, I almost had a heart attack.
Cold start.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, I am so pleased. Listen to it. Give it another one. Yeah, that is a winner. That is a winner. She is completed for now. This is the problem, right? You go down a rabbit hole, but so far that looks so good. The rear has dropped nicely, the front has dropped nicely. I really like this now. I mean, that's not like I didn't like it before, but stock form, it was just riding a bit too high. Now wheels are perfectly set up, car's all geoed up, it is lowered. The exhaust looks great. The guys at Swift have absolutely smashed it. Thank you, Russ and Josh. You guys are awesome. And then the exhaust. Look at them exhausts. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And you know what? I'm glad I went black tips. I think that just works. I think that looks absolutely awesome. So, right, I think the only thing we need to do now is jump in the car, take it for a drive, see what the exhaust sounds like, see how it rides. Let's go. Oh yes, this is proper. Now we've got some character, some sound. Oh my word, this is unreal. Right, what I'll say straight off the bat is that the springs haven't compromised that B-road bashing ability, which is what I was worried about, hence why I didn't go too low. And actually they are perfect. It's a beautiful drop. Oh my god, this car is so much fun. Woo! It's a beautiful drop, it looks great, it handles really well, and the geo setup is perfect. Russ smashed it, mate. How about exhaust? I'll lower the windows a bit. Yes! It just... Missed the gear. Oops. Oh, this is just so much better. So much better. And literally, I've only just recently picked the car up, so, you know, comparing it to standard, but I drove one standard and it was great. And this one, when I bought it straight out of the box, it was great, but it just needed a little bit more sound, and my word, does this now have that. It feels really good. I mean, sometimes when I buy cars and I lower them, I'll admit, I ruin them. I go too low, I can't drive them anywhere. I ruin what the car is effectively supposed to be like, and I make it look cool, but it just ruins its drivability. And even now, these are really bumpy roads, and we are lowered on the eibachs, but there's still an awful lot of travel in the dampering, which is what makes this car, it's just so good on B roads. And yes, it's a little stiffer, but I can deal with that. I can absolutely deal with the fact that it's a touch stiffer. I can't deal with you crossing over to my side of the road though, mate. I can deal with it being a touch stiffer because it will look better. The exhaust is loud, but it's not obnoxiously loud, if that makes sense. It's loud on low. It's definitely loud on low, but when you kind of feather the exhaust or the accelerator, it's basically like stock. The cold start is loud. I mean, look, I'll give you one last example now of if I lower the window. So that's loud, but if I pop it into, right, that's feathering now. Basically stock, which is perfect. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased with what the guys at Swift have done. Come on then, mate. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, look, honestly, Russ, Josh, thank you so much. If you guys have a GR Yaris, give them a call. I will leave a link to Swift Performance in the description below.